Hello and welcome back to Team MG. Today we are bringing you some Mob of the Dead gameplay from the new Uprising DLC for Black Ops 2. And I'm here with Ethan.
Hey everybody.
So Ethan, first thoughts on this map then?
I think it's a lot more gorier than what we've seen. Compared to many other zombies, this takes it back to World at War, where you could blow their legs off, stuff like that. We haven't seen that so much in other CODs. They've sort of almost limited it down, as they know there's a child audience that plays it. But now we feel that the producers are a lot more open up. You see bodies hanging from hooks in bags, even in the opening rooms.
Yeah.
It progresses a lot grimmer, a lot more bloodier.
They said they were going for a thriller aspect for this game, and they definitely changed the soundtrack to match that as well. It's very good. So here, you want to show me something here. What is this then?
This little bottle on the shelf is the new music. So it's not Teddy's anymore, it's this little bottle on the shelf. They're really hard to find. I only find two in this video. Here's the first one, and you got to guess where the second one is.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's quite interesting. I don't think many people have noticed that yet. I'm sure somebody has, but I didn't know about that, and I know quite a bit about this DLC. So this was our third time playing, well, your third time playing it. We didn't really go for a particularly high round. We more wanted to show you guys the map quite a bit. We're probably going to end up doing the Easter egg, probably upload that at some point with a couple of friends. But yeah, I mean, this was a relatively good run to show you guys just the basics of the map. And it was definitely a lot of fun for us as well, so yeah.
One of the new things they brought into this Call of Duty map is you got a completely different change-up of the HUD compared to the standardised sort of zombies HUD we've seen for the last, I don't know, good couple games. They've sort of almost given it a facelift. You know, you've got this new sort of afterlife mode, which, you know, is sort of like a get up, get out of jail free card. If you get down, it's always a good lifesaver to have there. You can see in the bottom right, it's like this blue diamond with electric streak coming out with one. If you use that, press that little thing there, enter Afterlife, you use up that one, but it reclocks it up after the next round, I think it is.
Yeah, it's worth noting, on multiplayer it doesn't stack, it stays at 1. In single player you can have up to 3, like the original Quick Revive. So I'm sure people are going to start getting some high rounds, and here, it's quite interesting, it's the details to the Easter egg. You saw, it says the parts and the processes you need to get to the plane. So that's quite interesting that they list that on the wall. And basically this plane, you escape Alcatraz Island with it. And spoiler alert for anybody who doesn't want to know, but basically you get caught in a storm, you crash on the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, and that's where you find the Pack-a-Punch. And throughout the game after that you can go back and forth between the two. When you get there you can die on this electric chair, and you can take the plane back there if you need to enter the Pack-a-Punch again.
God, I fail so badly at jumping in this game.
Yeah, so this was to get the Warden's Key, which is a very important part of the whole Easter egg. To get each part of the plane, you need to open up a certain couple of rooms, and there you go, shown by Ethan there, is how you lower this key, which can spawn randomly. But it's the same process for each area that it spawns. So we're just kind of hanging around here for a bit, getting everything done we need to.
This is part of the Afterlife mode. Dylan just walked through a door as a ghost. That part inside that door, which obviously we don't have recording of, it's a little tricky to do. If you look on the walls around you, you've got arrows showing you which directions you need to jump up in, which sort of makes life a bit easier. But don't forget, if that little symbol at the bottom runs out, you're going to get down, so make sure you've got a friend around to revive you.
Yeah, and basically the purpose of that bit there is to open up some stairs to go down through almost like a human meat locker room, which you'll see in a moment. So this is a new box as well. We'll see a bit more of it in a minute, and it looks absolutely amazing. It's really hellish, and it's just so awesome, really. Again, there you go. The map's sporting buildables, and I think we were just having a quick look around for them here, but we didn't really find any in this room. I think we found some later on though. So there you go. There's the box again. It's look really cool.
So we're going down into what I like to call the horror room. I don't like to come down here, it always makes me feel on edge. The sheets make it look like you can't get out.
What's that say there? Laundry machine for your part. What did that say?
That said, it's basically a Bible quote, what I like to say. It's laundry. You can do your laundry, basically, but you can't wash out your sins. I don't know really what that room's purpose is for, apart from accessing that little power terminal.
That's one of the parts for the plane, I believe. I think you open that up in the afterlife mode and you can get part of the plane. And as you saw, you needed the warden's key to unlock that, and there are a lot of rooms like that. So we're just hanging around in this room. If the box is here, this is quite a nice room to hang around in at the start. It's quite good to camp. We can all stick at the back and kind of just rack up your points while you're here. But it is worth noting the box doesn't always spawn there, so you're lucky if it does, because that's kind of the closest place you can get to the box. And it's, like we said, it's really useful if it does actually spawn there. So here you get one of the new guns, the AK-47, which was added into Zombies. The new guns in this are the AK-47, the Blundergat, which is a kind of quadruple-barreled shotgun, which is almost like the new Wonder Weapon, although all 4 people can get it, as we've proved on one of our other plays. And there's the Death Machine in the box, and finally you can buy the Uzi on the wall, which is all really, really cool. And actually probably one of our favourites was the Tommy gun, which we do get later, and that is kind of it is a lot like the Thompson from World at War, and it's just such a good gun.
Our big friends decided to join us. This is the part where I sort of run around and leave Dylan to do all the killing. I sort of just point, shoot, run and hope for the best. As you can see, it doesn't always work. But the benefit to Afterlife is you sort of electric zombie mode. Allows you to get yourself back up, saves in your player.
So we were talking about this mode. You can shoot the zombies with your hands, but I think what we worked out in the end is that it doesn't kill them; it teleports them to another point on the map. Because they seem to always, if there's say one zombie left, it seems to always come back in a different area. So we don't think it's really killing them as much as it's just teleporting them away from the area that you're focusing on.
Right, big point here. Hang on, I just need to cut you off here, Dylan. Look here, we've just killed the guy. Grab a part. That is for the Acid Gat kit, which is an upgrade for a weapon in this game.
Yeah, so that was the big guy there. It looks a lot like a Big Daddy out of Bioshock, in all fairness, but it's kind of the boss zombie. It would appear like every now and again. It's a lot kind of like a napalm zombie from Shangri-La from Black Ops, and they just kind of appear in a ball of fire, and they're basically just this massive tank zombie that are going to take a lot of hits to kill. And you're really going to want to aim for the head on that. I mean, you can shoot off the helmet, which we found, but I think if you mainly aim for the head, you'll be fine. So here again is another door, and down here is a spot that we quite like to camp on. Basically, there's this massive spiral with, I think, what is a lift shaft, and at the bottom, there's in segments, as you can see here, with like barriers between the lot. And if you sit at the bottom, no zombies going to spawn behind you as long as you don't buy the door. So it's kind of a really good area to camp. You can rack up a lot of points. And what we've done in all our past games is trying to kind of rack up to 10 grand, as just through here is pack Juggernog and kind of an extra couple of guns. And it's just a nice area where you're going to get a couple of points really easy on no rounds.
It's always good to note here, it's easy to get caught up by this. I mean, if you're not paying attention, you're not got your wits about you, you're going to get down pretty easily. So, just keep your wits about you, because although they're not going to come from behind you, you sort of feel safe, you sort of try to play big. You sort of run out there with the machine gun, empty out your mags. At the end of the day, if you conserve your ammo, aim for the head, which I rarely do. it sort of just shows you what you've got to do. My Mac's just gone to fuck down. Why did it just do that? I was enjoying that.
Impressive Apple software. Okay, right. Anyway, so yeah, we basically just hang around here for quite a while, I think. One thing we did find, you can get really cocky, you don't watch your back,
there you go.
He spawns, which was a really big annoyance because you kind of feel really safe. So I think if you have four people, have somebody watching your back.
Here we go. So going back to what we said, look, we got numbers coming down here. I sort of run past them to get back to my body, but you got 0 back there.
Yeah, 108.
So obviously,
that changes every time, and basically it is a combination for those 3 power things right there. As you see, they're all displaying zeros above them, and it's the number of times you shock them to what the combination goes to. It changes every game, and basically that will bring down the elevator shaft, and inside which is part of the plane, which, as we say, is like the Easter egg, but it is kind of a compulsory part of the game if you're going to survive and you're going to want to pack a punch. So I think what we found in this game is that it didn't really follow on from the story at all of zombies. You'll notice they have red eyes. Now, this map is set in 1932, so it's actually before the zombies were created in the zombie storyline, so we don't even know what's going on here, really. I mean, there is time travel, so back and forth and all that lot, it could have happened. Whether there's an outbreak of 115 near the prison or whatever, we don't know, but it doesn't really follow with the storyline, so it almost seems like they've just completely ditched the storyline that they worked so hard to keep in the last 2 maps, so it's kind of confusing, but I'm sure it might all make sense by the end of it.
I think the problem, Dylan, with the storyline is that they varied up it with so many sort of like extras, you know, with Call of the Dead, completely new cast there, you know, into this, Mob of the Dead. I mean, new characters here. Before, with Dr. Richtofen and other characters like that, I always felt that you could get involved with them sort of characters, you know, sort of, you know what Dr. Richtofen like, you know, you sort of love him, he'd be like one of the best characters, even though...
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody hated Takio, so, but you all kind of had, they built the characters up over the course of World at War and, you know, the majority of Black Ops in the maps that they were in, and it really kind of, the whole point of the story was seeing where these characters were going, and then I think the mistake they made with Black Ops 2 was veering off into a new set of characters that were really like brand new. It was loosely following from the storyline, and of course Richtofen was kind of dictating the whole zombie experience, but we all wanted back Dempsey and Nikolai, so it was stupid that they didn't really bring that back, and it was probably a fault, and they shouldn't have really tried to continue the story without them, because really they made zombies and it isn't the same without them. But in all fairness, I think everybody's pretty glad with the cast they got here, and you know, it's really iconic kind of gangsters from the time, and it's quite interesting. And the opening cutscene on the solo of this, which I'm sure you'll be able to find on YouTube anywhere, is really good. It's really well done, and it kind of sets the story for these people, and it's really really good map, and a lot of effort's been put into it, because they actually went to location. They went to Alcatraz, and they got all of this, and apparently this is all real kind of schematics and everything, so that's really interesting. It kind of gives it a lot of realism to the game.
Look at that. If you notice coming up the wall, you got one of the annoying dogs you got from World at War. I haven't really quite worked out what it does yet, but what we do know is it sucks up zombies. Once you kill them, it goes into its mouth.
If anybody played the Moon Easter egg, or even I think believe the Transit Easter egg, you used to have to kill zombies with explosive weapons and almost fill up kind of a meter that you couldn't really see yourself. And it's the same with these dogs, because they say just a little more and things like that, like the dog needs more, and you kind of need to fill up each dog, and they'll appear in loads of different areas of the map. And I think the point is to give them each a certain amount of zombies, and that's going to kind of feed for a whole overall Easter egg, which people may or may not have found by now. So it's kind of an extension, and it looks kind of really good, and I'm sure we're going to work out what it is eventually, and it's going to be a lot of fun doing so.
So we're now going down to get the GAT, so to speak, where you saw I picked up the upgrade part for it earlier. This sort of plays on the
No, this is
timer.
a Tommy gun. What are you on about? The GAT is the shotgun. This is the Tommy gun. Anyway, yeah.
Well, they all shoot and kill and murder.
Yeah.
As long as it goes bang bang and they drop
GAT
dead,
is
I
a
won't.
box weapon. This is a wall weapon. It is absolutely amazing. 50 bullets in a mag. It's a lot like the PDW in all fairness, but God, we gotta love it. So anyway, speaking of the GAT, the upgrade is, from what we've seen so far, we haven't managed to do it yet, but it fires kind of a shotgun range again, but it seems to be explosive or acidic or something, and it looks really interesting and really fun to use. So I'm sure we'll probably upload some footage of us upgrading that and everything. Before we kind of move on to this gondola tower, I'd just like to mention there's a kind of prison guard tower down there, and it's a trap, and if you activate it, it will kind of snipe down on all the zombies, and that's kind of a really nice feature, nice touch. And yeah, Ethan, the gondola, what do you think of that?
It's sort of like Shina and Numa again.
Yeah, and again, it's probably going to be a really effective strategy if you want to get to high rounds, and you know, you're going up and down, back and forth. It doesn't take too long to recharge, and it just seems like one of those really effective strategies that I'm sure people will manipulate and get to a decent round with. So yeah, I mean, this map's got a lot of quirks. It's bringing back a lot of good things from old maps. And here, the new perk, which is Electric Cherry.
The most annoying perk ever created. It's alright for the first couple, but after a while you get this flash of lightning in your face and you think, God, I wish I never bought that up.
Basically, when you reload, it will make a shock around you, which will kill quite a few zombies, and the shock, kind of, the animation's similar to that of the Wonder Waffle. So it's kind of a nice touch and quite a nice new perk. And people from the last map pack were all kind of annoyed because PhD Flopper wasn't back. Now, PhD Flopper isn't back in this map, but it is back in the Grief version. From what I've heard, you can see it in this whole kind of campaign mode or survival mode, but
another
you can
part for
actually
gun.
buy it in Grief. Oh, and there we go, another GAT part. So yeah, there you go, it says acidic GAT, so basically you can upgrade the GAT to have acidic rounds. But yeah, the two game modes playable on this are survival in this whole main, or the whole of the map, or you can play Grief in the cell block, which you would have seen earlier. And like I said, that has PhD Flopper, which is a nice return. Everybody's been looking forward to it. I was slightly disappointed though, because of the nature of the map, and it didn't have the jingle. It didn't have the PhD Flopper jingle. I was absolutely gutted, but I don't know if there's a way to activate that or not. But in this map, there's pretty much the standard perks, along with this new perk. It doesn't have stamina, but it does have Deadshot Daiquiri back, so it's kind of nice to have all these old perks back, and the perks that we love so much. Some not for Deadshot Daiquiri, but I always enjoyed using it, it's quite fun. So we're coming up to near enough the end of this, probably another couple of minutes. I think we survived. We didn't do amazing, like we say, we were just trying to showcase the map. That's me getting the GAT there, as you see. And
That's
obviously
not the
I got
GAT, that's the
Electric Cherry.
blunderbuss thing.
Yeah.
We're never going to find this GAT thing in the end of the world.
Yeah. But its original form is the Blunder GAT, and it's a lot like the blunderbuss, which I'm sure if people have played Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare will know of. Very good gun in that for killing zombies, but it's basically just this absolutely massive shotgun. So it's looking really good. And
here's the point tonight. Don't go down here if you don't have any points. I've been down there before and I've been killed before because I've got no points. So just don't go down there.
It's worth mentioning, there are basically three kinds of zombies maps we've seen. There are camping maps, there are rape training maps, and there are maps where you literally have to train the whole map. Here, if you have 4 people, you could probably camp it out, but your best bet really is to rape train pretty much the entire map, because there's always thin spaces. You're always going to get yourself cornered. So Ethan, you almost did there. and it's cutting it really close in a lot of places. So the best strategies for this are really going to be camping, gondola, and breakthrough in the whole map.
Told you it's not a good idea to go down here. But luckily, once again, Afterlife comes in, get yourself back up quick. Get rid of all the zombies that are in the area. It'll just give you some time to get back up, see if you can get another gun, get some more ammo, get a friend up or something like that.
Oh, Big Daddy.
Yeah, they were all gunning for me down there.
And there you go, as you see, just reviving yourself. It's a really interesting feature, considering you don't need other people to revive you, you can do it yourself. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty much coming to the end of the playthrough now. I think this was kind of our last-ditch attempt to showing you the last couple bits of the map. Claymore's in this room, Big Daddy running after you like hell.
So here's the note, things can come at you pretty quick. When I run up these stairs, I find a lot of things. So I sort of run up these stairs, I don't know where I'm going, don't know what to do. Turn in here, for some reason I hear a noise, look back, there's another bottle, press X. So that's another one, so I presume there's 3 like usual. Another thing here, open it up, don't know what it does, get out there.
I believe that was part of the plane, and that's the roof to the roof door to the plane, which we're yet to find the power. You saw a power switch there next to Deadshot Daiquiri, but that isn't the one. We're yet to find that, or I'm sure other people have found it, and we're just going to have a look at that soon. So anyway, thank you for watching. We really enjoyed this map. We're going to get a lot more videos on this up. We'll probably get a bit of the multiplayer up. Just to show you guys, and we'll probably get a full Easter egg up on this soon. So thanks for watching. It's been a lot of fun. It's a good map pack. If you don't have Season Pass, it's worth buying. Ethan, anything you'd like to say?
Get the map, like, comment, subscribe, let us know what you think.
Feel free to add us on Xbox. You'll see our gamer tags there. We'll be more than willing to play with you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Boom, motherfuckers. Fuckers.